Plenty of games ask you to choose a starting class, and Rise of the Ronin is one of them. In this case, as soon as you make your custom character, you'll be asked to choose a Blade Sharpening Origin. There are 6 in total, and they all work a bit differently. So let us help you pick the one that's best for you. An important note before we get started: your origin doesn't lock you into a particular playstyle. There are plenty of opportunities to level up and choose the skills you like as the game goes on. In reality, this choice only affects the opening hours of the game, at least in terms of what weapons you should be using. Katanas, odachis, and greatswords are the preferred weapons of the killer. This first class leans into the strength stat. If you like to play in a more aggressive style, bearing down on your enemies with heavier weapons, then this is a good choice. Killer also comes with the repel bullets and arrow skill already unlocked. You'll need to master the game's counter-spark maneuver no matter what, but with this skill, you'll not only deflect enemy shots, but send them flying right back for bonus damage. The Breaker is a dexterity fighter. This stat scales best with weapons like paired swords and bayonets. Bows are also included. If the killer is focused on raw attack power at the expense of everything else, then the Breaker is all about speed. As such, choosing Breaker means you get to start with the Rapid Assassination skill. This means you can take out multiple enemies at once while in stealth mode, and Rise of the Ronin will have you spending a lot of time in the shadows. No matter which origin you choose, the game will be dropping you into combat scenarios left and right, but if you want to begin with a boost to your role-playing, then the Seducer is the way to go. Seducers start with the Speechcraft Liar skill, which gives them new dialogue options. This origin is based on Charm, which is the stat behind polearms and oxtail blades. It's worth noting that those have some of the lowest ki consumption during combat. In the case of the oxtail blade, they also look pretty darn flashy. The final stat-based origin is the Sapper, which gives preference to intelligence. If you found yourself using a lot of consumable items while playing other Team Ninja titles like Nioh or Wo Long, then this is the way to go. Sappers start with a boost to their medicine refills. As for weapons, they are best suited to spears and sabers, as well as rifles and pistols. We're not sure why intelligence has such an effect on your sidearms, but it is good to have options for both close-up and ranged combat. Now we come to the beginner, which, despite the name, has nothing to do with difficulty level. Rather than starting you off with a boost to one of the game's 4 governing stats, you get a free handful of skill points to distribute as you'd like. Essentially, this origin offers the most customization, if any of the first 4 didn't appeal to you. Note that every skill point spent on the strength, dexterity, charm, or intelligence tree also raises that particular stat, so you won't be starting the game less equipped than anyone else. The same cannot be said for the 6th and final origin, however. The Unsharpened doesn't just start without any extra unlocked skills or stat boosts, it actually has lower stats than the other 5. And no, you don't get any free skill points to fix that. Unsharpened is really just for the folks who want to raise the challenge for themselves, at least in the opening parts of the game. Anyone looking to do one of those infamous no level up playthroughs can start here. So, that's our breakdown of how the game's 6 sharpening origins work. Remember that these are only origins, not destinies. No matter which you choose, there's room to change and grow as the game goes on. When you start leveling up and gaining all those skill points, be sure to check our wiki on IGN for the best ways to spend them.